Hello guys and welcome to another log of Digimon Pendulum Color Nature Spirits, and for today's log we have Tailmon, also known as Gatomon in the dark version. But anyway, before we continue today's log, just to say, if you're a fan of Digimon or raising virtual pets, you've come to the right channel because I document every Digimon that I raise and I upload at least twice a week. So if you're interested in such content, go ahead and punch the like and subscribe button with Gatomon's Neko Punch and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. Alright, let's get down to today's log. As usual, we start with etymology and origin of the Digimon's name, but before we get there, and Tailmon is just Gatomon is just idling across Digimon's house. While we do that, just have to mention Tailmon's line in Nature Spirits is interesting because back on the 1990s device, for those who don't know, Tailmon's line is not included in the original roster of Nature Spirits version 1. In fact, it was a special line that is introduced in this special version called version 1.5. So how it works is that each of these main rosters have a 0.5 version where some of the Digimon are replaced by this special line of Digimon. In the Nature Spirits 1.5, Tortomon's line is the one that gets replaced by Gatomon, and Jagamon is replaced by Angelomon, and our titular Hercules Kabuteri is instead replaced with Holy Dramon. So they did a replacement in that sense for 1.5 special edition versions. The good thing about Digimon Pendulum Color here is that instead of replacing any of the lines, evolution lines, they just added the 1.5 version. So that is great. We get to raise more Digimon rather than like having to choose some of the Digimon, not being able to see some of the Digimon that are iconic there. So back then in the 1998, having a special edition is cool, but it also means that you don't get to see some of the Digimon that are in version 1. So version 1.5 replaces some of these version 1 Digimon with a special evolution line. So it's supposed to be a special edition in that sense. And one more thing about these 0.5s, their cases are super cool. So it makes me wonder if there will be a special release of version 1, 2, and 3 in this 1.5 edition cases, because just look at version 1.5 for Nature Spirits. That's that clear case. It looks super cool. And if they decide to release a special wave of version 1, 2, 3 for those who have missed it in their clear case as an alternate color, that is going to be so cool, because just look at the Deep Savers one. Like that one is so cool. That clear blue case with grey buttons, that's exactly what my cousin had when we were young. So I had a version 1 Nature Spirits, but he had a version 2.5, and it was just very, very nice. That design was very pretty, and you can see that it looks super cool. But even if they do release an alternate color, it's highly unlikely that I will buy it because it's just so expensive. It's really very expensive to just buy another wave of these Digimon Pendulum colors for the other versions that are yet to be released. That's another $80 to $100 each. So it's expensive to just buy another wave of alternate colors. Even if they do release it, it'll be very tempting, I have to admit. But if they do release it, the temptation will be very strong. But anyway, we are digressing. Let's get back to why we even talked about 1.5 or the 0.5s in the first place. It is because of Tailmon and Gatomon, also known as Gatomon. So how did it get its name? Tailmon is quite obvious for the Japanese name. It is likely in reference to Tailmon's especially long tail, according to Wikimon, and that's why it's called Tailmon, because Tailmon has a very long tail. Gato, on the other hand, is basically a Spanish word for cat. So because for the dub version, they just decided to call it Catmon. Catmon would sound very strange, so I think they decided to introduce some Spanish in the naming convention here, calling it Gatomon. So that's how it got its name in terms of English and Japanese. Let's look at its profile on Digimon.net. It is a Digimon brimming with curiosity that loves to pull pranks. Gatomon may be small, but it's still a rare sacred Digimon whose appearance belies its true power. It wears its holy ring on its tail, proving that it is a sacred Digimon, although it will also lose some of its power if it ever loses this ring. This is very interesting. This is not relevant for the Digimon Pendulum edition of Gatomon, but it will be relevant when I do raise another Gatomon on the Vital Bracelet BE in the future. I will get to that when I get back to the Vital Bracelet BE, because there will be a version of Gatomon without the ring and with the ring. So we'll look at that profile next time. Anyway, besides the holy ring, Gatomon also wears gloves with long sharp claws copied from the data of Saberleomon. I didn't know that, to protect itself. So I have no idea that these claws were Saberleomon claws. I seriously had no idea. So that's a very cool reference, but now that I look at it, yes, it does look like Saberleomon's claws that he copied his data from. Gatomon's special move includes Lightning Paw, by which it uses its claws to attack, and Cat's Eye, which is Neko Punch, which allows it to manipulate its opponent with a piercing glare. Those who meet its gaze will end up attacking themselves. That's cool. Neko Punch, I think, is Lightning Paw. Right, Lightning Paw. So I like Neko Punch. I don't know why they had to change it to Lightning Paw. Neko Punch sounds cuter, but Neko is basically another word for cat in Japanese. So that would be cool. Lightning Paw is the English name of its attack. So that's its profile on Digimon.net. We need to talk about evolution conditions as well, how we get Tailmon, aka Gatomon. And when we talk about evolution conditions, we need to talk about Humulos.com's site. So awesome site to check. That is my go-to place. At the time of recording this video, Digimon, that franchise, just released a Mon memo which also has an evolution chart that looks very cool, but really eerily similar to Humulos.com's chart. So I wish they would have credited him for his effort, because it looks like they just, it seems like they might have copied his chart. I'm not saying that they did, but it looks almost exactly the same. So even the color coding is the same, and a lot of comments are saying that they should have credited him, honestly. And here I just have to mention Humulos.com site is awesome. It's my go-to place to check for my evolution conditions, and as you can see, it is very clear that Tailmon's evolution conditions are all stated there, right? It clearly states that Tentomon can evolve to Tailmon by ensuring that it has 1+ condition hearts. That means not too many chem sticks, and 2 to 3 effort hearts. That's how I obtain my Gatomon. But you can also evolve to Gatomon through Otamamon, but it requires more effort, 4 effort to be exact, right? No less than that if you are evolving through Otamamon. Or it could be Angoramon as well. So also 1+ condition hearts, but you require less effort, 0 to 1 effort to evolve through Angoramon. But evolving through Angoramon means you need to have unlocked Angoramon's line in the first place, which is only available if you manage to connect the device to another Pendulum color of another version. So that is Gatomon. I evolve him through Tentomon. I think it's a little more straightforward, and we'll see. That's all for its evolution conditions, and let's take a closer look at its sprite, shall we? Alright, and here we have Gatomon on the screen, and it looks super cool. The sprite looks amazing. Look at the coloration. Let's put it in its natural habitat. That will be nice. This is it in its original background. Yeah, this is how it looks. But honestly, this is not how it would look as well, because if you had Gatomon, it would usually be on the D1 screen, because Gatomon was from the version 1.5. You would have the D1 Grand Prix background, which I have not yet unlocked, because it is only possible to unlock that if you have defeated a connected device 10 times, 10 times via a connection, which I have not done so, which I will feature later when I am able to connect to another Pendulum color, and we'll feature that background unlock. But for now, we can just put him in the alternate background number 2, which is available after you have defeated the final quest map on the device. And this is the jungle vibe looking thing for the nature spirits Pendulum color, so that's nice as well. Let's see Tailmon. Tailmon's Gatomon's sprite looks amazing. Look at the way that they managed to color the paws, the Saber-Leomon claws. The coloration and the color scheme is clearly there, and of course you can see Gatomon's rest of its color matches its artwork, so that's cool. This is as much detail as you can get if you are working with 16 by 16 pixel. You can't compare it to Vital Bracelet BE obviously, because there's more pixels to work with in that resolution. Let's look at status. Oh, it needs a piece of meat, so that's cool. Let's give it a piece of meat. Here you go. This is it eating. Yeah, we have to feed protein. That's great. That's meat. Meat is also protein, by the way. Let's see the training animation. Let's get it to red because it needs red. Alright, look at that paw print. It's Nickel Punch. Lightning paw in the English dub version. Yay, and it's happy. That's its happy animation. Let's see its angry animation. And nothing is done. Boop. It's gonna get angry. Uh-oh. Alright, and since we need some battles to evolve, let's feature that as well. And as usual, I'm very conservative. I only battle on quest map 1 for my evolution conditions. In fact, there are times when I was a bit adventurous and I even went to the boss or defeat like the second enemy of quest map 1, which means fighting the second rookie, which is Gatomon. But vaccine against data could mean that I'm in a disadvantage. So there were times that I lost even a champion versus a rookie kind of setup. So I will skip this. I will not fight Gatomon, because even though Gatomon is a rookie, he's a data type, and Gatomon here is a vaccine type, he might lose at times. So that would be taking a risk. So I wouldn't want to take that risk. I will go ahead and just keep fighting Otamamon on and on and on again. I will probably face some difficulty when I get to the data set of champions, because all of them will be data champions, and the first Digimon I can fight would be Otamamon. So I would already be at a disadvantage. I'll see how to manage that disadvantage when they're fighting Otamamon. But for now, Gatomon can just fight the first quest map and get that 15 battles requirement done in order to evolve. So let's see the evening sky for this jungle. Oh, does it have evening sky animation? Doesn't seem to have. So morning, evening, night is the same. Okay, that's less interesting. You know what? Maybe I will not feature this that much, because I thought that there will be a night variation. So that was surprising. Because if you look at this, in this version, you get evening sky and night sky variations. See? The evening sky looks a bit different. Let's see Gatomon say no. That's it saying no. No, don't feed me anymore. Or in this case, don't give me a bandage. Alright, and let's see the sleeping animation. Do you sleep at 8? No, you sleep at 9. Do you see the sky turn dark? That's cool. So this is sleeping animation. This is how Gatomon sleeps. And that's it for today's vlog. If you haven't already, please go ahead and punch the like and subscribe button with lightning paw from Gatomon, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. I document every Digimon that I raise, and I upload at least twice a week. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye!